This article is being read by an automated voice. Chapter 6.2 Latin American Market Data Stores Using Natural Refrigerants Transcritical CO2 Racks The Market Today. As of December 2024, there were a minimum of 580 supermarkets and grocery stores using transcritical CO2 refrigeration systems in Latin America. With at least 100 industrial site installations, the total number of transcritical CO2 installations was a minimum of 680. In addition to transcritical CO2, Cascade R134A CO2 systems are also used in relatively large numbers in Brazil, with an estimated 863 supermarkets employing them. There were an estimated 125 supermarkets and grocery stores in Ecuador, 80 in Colombia, and 70 in Argentina using transcritical CO2 systems. In Ecuador, there were an estimated 919 supermarkets and grocery stores as of May 2024, making the market penetration of transcritical CO2 in the country's supermarket sector 13%. In Colombia, there were an estimated 4,613 supermarkets and grocery stores as of 2023, giving transcritical CO2 a market penetration of 1.7%. In addition to supermarkets and grocery stores operated by large brands, small neighborhood grocery stores are also popular and commanded 44% of food retail sales in 2023. In Argentina, there were an estimated 3,272 supermarkets and grocery stores as of 2025, giving transcritical CO2 a market penetration of 2.1%. Along with transcritical CO2 and cascade systems, there are also an estimated 81 supermarkets in Brazil using propane chillers which can provide cooling via a glycol propylene loop or a subcritical CO2 system. Behind the numbers. While the market for transcritical CO2 systems is still in its infancy, several manufacturers have established strong footholds in Latin America, such as Weston in Colombia. The company installed Colombia's first transcritical CO2 system in 2017. Richard Ozma, general manager at Weston, said in 2022 that the market for transcritical CO2 in Latin America would be exploding in the future. He added that Bogotá, at an elevation of 2,640 meters, or 8,661 feet, and with ambient temperatures ranging from 10 to 20 degrees Celsius, or 50 to 140 degrees Fahrenheit, 68 degrees Fahrenheit, was very well suited for CO2 refrigeration systems to operate in subcritical mode 99% of the time. In 2019, Weston formed a partnership with German manufacturer Teco, creating Teco Americas. As of December 2023, the partnership had led to the installation of 100 Teco transcritical CO2 systems in Latin America. The majority are in Colombia, Chile, and Peru, with Mexico seeing some subcritical CO2 system installations. Arnig has also established itself in Latin America, with Arnig Central America operating out of Panama City. Rolando Bissot, engineering and maintenance manager at Arnig Central America, said in 2020 that the Italian company had installed 2 transcritical CO2 systems at 2 My Commissariado stores in Guayaquil, Ecuador, and stated that the largest supermarket chains in Ecuador only choose CO2 refrigeration for new stores. They have experienced the energy savings and do not want to turn back, he added. Italian manufacturer EPTA also has a big presence in Latin America and has installed 42 transcritical CO2 systems in Argentina and 39 in Ecuador as of December 2023. After installing an EPTA transcritical CO2 system in a supermarket in 2018, the Argentinian chain La Anónima decided to use transcritical CO2 systems for all of its new stores and retrofits, with 17 stores using the EPTA technology as of December 2023. The company operates 170 supermarkets in Argentina as of March 2024. Hydrocarbon self-contained cases. The market today. Using data collected from a survey of OEMs as well as insights from trusted industry sources, Atmosphere estimated 8.5 million self-contained hydrocarbon, mostly R299, cases installed in food stores in Latin America as of December 2024. Of those, there were an estimated 2.6 million cases installed in Mexico and 5.9 million cases installed in Central and South America combined. Behind the numbers. Unlike in other regions of the world, regulation is not driving demand for self-contained hydrocarbon cases in Latin America, at least not directly. Local case manufacturers are undoubtedly following regulatory developments in the US and EU to ensure their products are compliant for those markets. However, manufacturers in the region have been building self-contained hydrocarbon cases before these regulatory developments. In 2017, commercial freezer manufacturer Frio Peru partnered with Embraco, which is headquartered in Joinville, Brazil, to transition its freezers to R290 compressors. By 2019, all of its compressors were using propane refrigerant. Weston began manufacturing R290 cases in 2021, and Brazil-based manufacturer Eletrofrio Refrigeração also builds self-contained hydrocarbon cabinets and R290 chillers. In 2019, Eletrofrio provided a propane glycol chiller and a propane glycol CO2 cascade system for a new Supermercado Condor in Curitiba, Brazil. This was Condor's first store using all natural refrigerants, and the store produced energy savings of 3.5% compared to an identical location in the same city using an R134A-based refrigeration system. In 2021, Embraco announced a $21 million, or 20.3 million euro, investment in its Joinville plant to increase production of its EM2 and EM3 compressors by 2.5 million units annually. The EM2 and EM3 compressors use R290 and R600A and are used in residential and light commercial applications. In addition to being energy efficient, self-contained hydrocarbon cases have a small footprint, making them a good fit for small format stores. In addition to small neighborhood markets, larger retailers are also opening up smaller stores in high-traffic areas throughout Latin America to cater to shifting consumer preferences. Copeland has a strong presence in Latin America and operates distribution centers and technical facilities in Argentina, Brazil, Chile, Colombia, and Mexico. Carlos Obella, VP of Engineering Services and Product Management for Copeland Latin America, said in 2023 that supermarkets in the region are moving to a smaller format, which creates opportunities for micro-distributed units and self-contained R290 cases. Arneg operates factories in Argentina, Brazil, and Colombia, and offers self-contained hydrocarbon cases, among other natural refrigerant systems. Rolando Bissot of Arneg Central America said in 2023 that the company is developing new natural refrigerant technologies for use in stores with small sales floors.